Today is Monday, April 3rd. Got Brexit in the news again, with the UK finally starting to move ahead with the process, which is going to take 2 years to happen, of leaving the EU. And recently, as a matter of fact, on Friday, the cross rate, the euro sterling cross rate, had a technical event. Now, whether it's valid in foreign exchange, I'm not quite so sure, but we've got a death cross here, the 50-day moving average moving below the 200-day average. And unfortunately, in my system, I don't have live currencies, so I'm just substituting the ETFs as proxies. So FXE over FXB. You can see that cross rate is almost there. It didn't quite happen in the ETFs, but it did happen in the cash currency market. Just for some perspective, let's see what's going on here. Pretty bad golden cross back here in October of 2015. This one's a much better looking death cross. If we move back in time, you could see that there was a decent death cross here, kind of a short-lived golden cross. Anyway, it has been a decent indicator of trend, even though there's a little whipsaw here, and you use other indicators to really tell you what's going on. What I want to do is put the whole thing in perspective. I'm going to start with first, when was Brexit? This is the day of the vote, the day after the vote, after, I guess, when things started trading. You can see the big jump up in euro versus sterling. I guess they didn't like that. Anyway, I'm going to go into the futures market now because I have better historical data. And again, I don't have the cash, so I'm going to use what I can use here. And I'm going to look at a weekly chart. I forget the averages, they don't really make sense here. As soon as this thing starts drawing, which is unfortunate since I had already drawn it before I started the video. Why don't we just put this on pause? Alright, I spoke too soon. Alright, technical glitch. No need to start over. Just the general trend. Here's 2000, a low in euro sterling. Big rally there in 2007. I don't know why. I don't care why. Just looking at the chart, and the thing that I notice most is this. And you're going to have to forgive me while I try to finesse this because it doesn't have a scale here to latch onto. See if I can finesse this a little bit. And I can't. Okay, well, that's an issue. Let's really finesse it. There we go. Oops. Okay. Now that we've gotten rid of the glitches in the software, you can see declining trend broken to the upside on the Brexit vote. And should this thing pull back lower after this death cross, you can see that it's probably, or very likely, to come down and test this breakout. I'll go back to daily. I'll stick with the futures here. You can see what that might look like. Now again, I don't want to get too fancy, especially because this thing is not cooperating. Maybe if we go back to the ETFs, do a little bit better analysis here. So you have sort of a multiple shouldered head and shoulders here. The long-term trend line, I'm guessing, is down in this area. You can see it's kind of a decent target here. It's not perfect. I'm really going quickly. You know, if it breaks down, it's not perfect, but I'm not looking for perfect here. It's a cross rate. So the point I'm trying to make is that it does look like this cross rate is going to head lower. Hasn't broken that neckline. Of course, we could define it differently. Hasn't broken down quite yet. This moving average death cross is a warning. It's not a trading signal, especially because these death crosses were developed in the stock market, not in foreign exchange. So bottom line, there's a downside target here. Not the end of the world, but this rally from about a year and a half ago, I mean, could lose potentially half of that. So sorry for the glitches, sorry for the rambling here, but I'm just pointing out that this cross rate has some technical event happening now, and just maybe some implications.